Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer, and I build model kits. Occasionally I do other things that aren't that, but on this particular stream, the Build with Baer workshop, we build model kits. First of all, Harold, thank you very much for hosting the stream. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everybody who's watching. I hope you're good. If you are a subscriber like Harold, you can throw the Bear Cave emote in there and let the people know. Hello, Epic Open World. Happy to have you here. We're going to wait for a few more folks to join us before we start building. I've got some cord here because we are not done with the Hama Hama. We are almost done with the Hama Hama. Hello, Ultron. Most of the stream is going to be building the Liger, which is what the title of the video is, the wild Liger from Zoids that you can see right here. We're going to be building that throughout the stream. But we do have to finish the claws of the Hama Hama. Happy to have you here, folks. Oops, I just dropped the thing, so hold on a second while I go and collect that. I'm going to use this to wheel it over here. Hell yeah. Found the thing I dropped. Nice and easy. Back in my shot. Great. Hello. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Yeah, we're going to wait for a few more folks to join us before we go to the overhead. We're going to start with the Hama Hama. We're going to build the wild Liger from Zoids Wild. But we've got this wire here you kind of really can't see in this lighting, but you should probably be able to see in the overhead. And we're going to make it so that our claw hands can come out of the Hama Hama and shoot out, because that is an element of this kit. So we can take the hands off now just to prep. We got our little hands here. They're claws with some rockets there, or guns in the middle. And they pop open. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I had a busy but good Saturday. It's not over yet. Obviously got the stream, but had fun today. Was hanging out with some friends, playing some Smash Brothers. Real fun. Smash Brothers Ultimate. Hey, that's a good game. I don't know if you all know that, but that's a fun Smash Brothers game. It was fun to play with people. We had like 5 players towards the end, and that was really fun. It was a really good time. Let's see. So the plan is that we'll do the Liger, and then today, and then on Monday at 9 p.m. I'll stream instead of doing the late night stream. I'm going to do Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time because the late night doesn't work great for me. So now that I'm unemployed for the moment, I'm going to do that. Ultron's asked, "Do you have a favorite character?" So I really like King DDD. It's, movement isn't particularly great. Asmo, hello Asmo, welcome to the chat. But just a big strong friend, strong fighter. And then I was trying to get good. I'm trying to have like a kind of new character to play. So Isabel, I was trying to main, and that I didn't do great with Isabel. I like that Isabel can kind of run away from a lot of problems, but I felt like Isabel's offense wasn't what I was looking for. So, but I had some fun with King DDD. DDD. I thought that was a fun character. Look forward to playing that more. All right, so we have to take the arms apart too. Okay. There's a lot that has to happen with this, it looks like. But we're going to build here. DD got that hammer. It does have that hammer. Humbao's here. Jam's here. Hello, Jam. Glad to have you. But yeah, let's go to the overhead here. So we are finishing up the Hama Hama. As you can see, here's our Hama Hama, which is laying down because the Hama Hama doesn't want to stand up. Does not want. It is. This is too top heavy and too big a friend. Like, I'll put it like this, and it's just. It's going to buckle, and then the leg's going to fall off. So, fuck that. So, we'll lay it down over here, and we'll just put it aside. The Hama Hama is a really fun kit, except for the part where it doesn't want to stand up, which is annoying. So, the idea is that we are going to, be putting some wires through this, through like a piece here that'll mean that these will be able to disattach from it. And then there'll be little stands so you can kind of pose it, which is pretty cool. Mr. Bob's here. Hello, Mr. Bob. Happy to have you. Uh, Epic Open World said, I made up my own chicken recipe that turned out good, and I completed a video game, so my day has been going good. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great, guys and gals and non-binary types had a great day. Asmo says, I did the Hitman Elusive Target twice, different platforms, took a nap, and am now cooking with a nice looking steak. Cooking lunch. It's been an okay Saturday in the frozen Seattle hellscape. Hey, warm steak on a frozen day sounds pretty good. Maybe now it's time to bring up the drama that is Gunpla stands. Yeah, you may have noticed that I don't buy stands because I don't have any Gundams on display. I eventually would like to. I don't have a lot of display space. Most of my space is used for storage. Um, I have some Lego sets on display, but I don't have any Gundams. I'd eventually like to put the Death Scythe, maybe the perfect grade Wing Zero. I would like to put on display. But yeah, I don't I don't really mess with stands, and I don't even know if a good size stand would work with that. They don't come with stands. Epic Open World. So this kit comes with these, which are going to let us build stands for the end there. But the actual kit itself does not have a stand. That is generally a thing you buy separately. And some kits don't need stands. Some kits are fine on their own. Some kits do need stands. And they are, in fact, useless without them. So, not every kit, but a lot of kits require them to stand up. And especially if you're going to keep something for long term, you're going to need a stand because it's just not going to work short term. All right, so let's A2 and A2. Hama Hama works well with the standard master grade stand. That's good to know. But yeah, I kind of leave that up to folks that end up with the kits. Like I said, I eventually would like to display a few things because I do have some kits that are fantastic that I'm not going to be sending out to y'all. And it would be kind of nice to be able to show that off. But right now, that is not the case. All right. There. That seems like a ripoff. Yeah, Epic Open World, I mean, I would appreciate if it came with a stand. There are rare instances where there are stands. Generally, those are kits that are so unique that they require something extra. But for the most part, you're not going to find a stand on a kit like that, one of these kits. It's just not part of it. All right, so this goes in here, and then this goes in like this. It just feeds there. So we're going to be wrapping these wires throughout here. I haven't done this particular thing, but I've done things similar to this, so I'm not too worried about it. This should work out okay. Do we need a 13 and a 1? Most stands at Amazon ship from Japan, and the ones in stores are extortionist prices. Mr. Bob, I did not know that. That is very frustrating. I might take a look next time I'm at a convention to see if stands at either third party or stands at the the official sites, if they're maybe reasonably priced. I'll take a look because it might be good to have a stand here and there. Like I said, there are a couple kits that I do own that I would like to eventually have in stands, but that is not the plan right now. So yeah, the Hama Hama, I really think it's a beautiful looking kit. I think there's a lot to like about it, but my big complaint about it is that it does not have an included stand. And this kit should have a stand because it's so big. I buy 3 at a time now when I see a good price. Mr. Bob, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's a great tip for builders who do display, who want to have cases, display cases and stuff like that. That, if you find a good price, take advantage of it. Then, yeah, that's a good, that is good advice, Mr. Bob. It's advice you can take home. All right, I got to cut the wire into 250 millimeters, which is this length here of the ruler. Often when they are asking you to cut something to a size, they include the ruler to let you know how long they want it to be. Not always, but they often do. Possible as they will go. Just make it nice and tight here. Then I'm just going to lay this out and bend it how I'd like it. All right. And I'm just going to use my stepper clips to cut this, because why not? Make sure that that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, great. Do you paint any of your kits? Gun to Planet stands for $8 or $9. So that's good to know. That's still $8 or $9. You know, like that is in some instances the fourth of a price of a kit. You know, that's or the fifth of the price of a kit. I don't do any painting. Yeah, it's not great. Space Cadet asked if I did any painting. I don't. I don't have the patience for it, or the. I like doing it, but it's not something that I have any really natural ability in. I wish I did. Okay, so this goes. Okay. There's 3 of them, though. All right, I'm going to... Oh, okay, so there's 3 holes. So this one is just adding the wire to it for looks. This wire appears to be just for looks. It's not like as if the wires went all the way through, I think is what they're going for here. So one goes through one hole. And I have to do this twice, so I will learn about it on this one and then master it for the next one. Isn't that always the way? Maybe I'll start by going this. The one with 2 holes. Okay. We suggest spray painting as an intro to paints. Yeah. If those are the 1/100, they are great prices. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just, it's great comparatively, Mr. Bob, but I wouldn't, you know. Okay, what? All right. I don't think that I might not have done this right. I don't think I did. This is not 250 millimeters. Let me do some math here. Hmm. 9 inches. Yeah, so this size here isn't actually accurate. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to see here. Yeah, I actually don't know. So we just see. Panel. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff about here doing some markers and get a gunmetal and paint your guns. I'm going to try painting a set of dog fantasy character classes. I kickstarted whatever they decide to ship. Ooh, that sounds fun. Panel lining is super easy, and I mess up all the time. Most of it is erasing with your finger or your chosen eraser. Yeah, Mr. Bob has more experience doing the paints than I do. I just don't have any really practical experience with it. So I guess this wasn't 250 millimeters. Pass the wire through the hole. And that's 100 millimeters. Yeah, it's not doing a great job of telling me how long 250 millimeters is. Usually they have some sort of guide for cutting it, and they didn't in this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do what they say and do it my own way. Saw one of the on a forum where a guy just went hog wild with a marker and had super thick lines all over the Gundam. Didn't look great. Kind of scared me off of it. Yeah, I mean that makes sense if it. Yeah, if somebody like went for it and it just isn't your thing, I can understand that being a rough way to look at it. All right, so we'll do this, and then bend it like that. And then that. Pull that through. And we're going to go through this here. Like that. Pull it through. So we're just doing some wire here. We're just running this wire through. And it said instead of cutting it ahead of time, I'm just doing it, and I'm going to cut it after when it's kind of how I want it to look. I decided that's how I'm going to do it, instead of cutting it ahead of time. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. I mean, it won't be perfect because I'm doing it, right? And I'm not a perfectionist. And also because I'm doing it on stream. While this is educational, occasionally it can be, well, how not to do something can be the education. My GOG was the first attempt at an overcoat who knew lines would run. Yeah. Oh. I buy old HG kits less than $10 and see what happens. Mr. Bob, that's a great advice. Yeah, if you want to get into painting, don't start with a thing that you love. Don't start with a perfect grade kit and start painting that. Yeah, buy a junker HG kit. Start painting some extra pieces that came with the kit that you have. You know, that's a good starting point as well. Just like get in the habit of practicing it. Try to get better. Yeah, with like spare parts, you know, test things out. Especially when you're working with like new paint or new to you paint, you know, like if you're switching stuff up or switching markers up, you don't want to start with the kit that, you know, you spent 10 hours assembling and think looks rad, and then you just get paint all over it. All right, so we finished this one here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it and then bend it through. The overhead there can see there's a little bit of a space for it to tuck in. We'll just do that, and this will be inside the arm, so we won't even see it. But yeah, that looks good. And then we'll do the same thing with our other one here, and we'll have plenty of excess for that. But I like this method a lot better. of just doing it as we do it instead of trying to cut it ahead of time. It means we have more of this to work with, which could be annoying, but I think it'll end up being okay. All right. Old HD kits need extra work to look good, and I like to take advantage of that. As for making the lines not super thick, you can just wipe down with a Q-tip to get your desired look. I actually just found out the other day that Gundam Planet has pointed tip Q-tips especially for that. Yeah, Lashbrook, they've got a lot of resources for painting. I don't, as you know, I've been saying here, I don't do painting, so I hadn't really paid attention to what they were doing as far as supplies go. But yeah, that's rad. Keep in mind, high grades have been running for 20 years and they are numbered by release. Yes. Um, yeah, you can find a cheap high grade and kind of get some work in. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay. All right. One hole, we're going to go out the other. You can get those sub 50s to get some kind of difficult to make good kits to do science on. Yeah, the science of trial and error is I definitely those that watch the Giant Bomb East Coast charity live stream where I worked on a model kit with Dan Reichert saw that we started with him just getting the habit of clipping out. I had an extra kit with a bunch of trees on it, and I had him just work on those, and he went through all of them just to get like I didn't want his first snip to be on a kit that we were building, just the first ever, Like I like to warm up and do some clips and cuts uh, before I stream, and because it's just nice to kind of get your hands warm. But I also like really do think that you know you don't want to start something new on something you really like. You don't want to handicap yourself that way. Um, if you want some color advice, you want a gray, brown, and black. Gray is used for white, brown to warm colors like red, and black for dark colors like blue, says Lashbrook. That's fantastic advice. Mr. Rob says, where do you think I learned you could use a little light Tamiya glue to fix nubbed marks you messed up on? Ha! Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah. All right, so we're feeding wire through here, getting a lot done with it, and then we're gonna finish this up, clip the wire, and then we have more wire work to do on the next part of this kit. Or model glue melts plastic, so they fuse together. At the same time, a jacked up nub mark is overstressed plastic, so you can melt the plastic a little bit to get it back to good. Yeah, I have heard that before, Mr. Bob. That is a good tip. That you can do that with glue. Uh, I highly recommend if you haven't watched them on Tested.com's YouTube channel, which is Tested DOTCOM, Tested.com. Uh, the one day builds by Adam Savage are great. Adam is a great talker while he builds, and I've learned a lot about stuff from him, and He has guests on that do one-day builds as well, and I really recommend that series. It's good YouTube, and I've learned a lot about, tips and tricks for making, especially like prop making. But it's just fun to watch someone like practically mask. Like that masking is an art form, and we don't really get a lot of credit. We don't really see it a lot. Wish people taught me more about glue as a child, says Mr. Bob. All right, I'm just going to snip this off. This piece is being annoying, so I'm just going to snip it. This is not the easiest thing. This is probably the hardest part of this kit, I would say. This kit went together nice and easy. The RE100 kits, the Reborn, are very straightforward building. So I'm actually a little surprised that this is so annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We'll make it work. Let's see. I just have to feed this through the whole gear, but as I put pressure on the wire, it's bending instead of pushing itself through. Which, it's good because it means it's pliable. It's bad because I want it to go through this hole so I can do things. So I can keep moving on this kit. Hey, Pat, I did not do this part. I still love this kit. Yeah, I mean, I want to do that. Mr. Bob, yeah, I mean, this part isn't necessary. As you saw before, it looks great. Just like in the photos, you can see the left and the right. The claws look awesome, but I did want to complete it because, hey, knowing that this is the worst part of building this kit, which was altogether an easy kit to do, I think is good to know for y'all out there, especially because I think some people would look at this kit and go, "Oh, that looks hard." I don't know, but it wasn't hard. Uh, the Reborn line is pretty awesome, and I do recommend it. It's just that I'm having issues with this one particular part here. It just doesn't want to go through the hole. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm now gonna. I'm going to actually pull out my tweezers because it's through the hole. It's just putting pressure on the other side isn't doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to try to pull what I have through and see if I can make it work like that. Nope, still working. Okay, a little pressure. I was inspired to go back to my espionage deck after Lifeside's Hearthstone stream, says Asmo. Sorry, I'm slurring my words a little bit. Had a good battle against a mage who quit after I played the Death Knight Jaina for 1 mana for the second time. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get duplicates of your Death Knight. And people hate that. This is the kind of stuff that would drive me nuts putting kits together. I hate threading something small into something smaller. Epic Open World, I don't disagree with you. This, like I said, has been very annoying. And now I'm trying to be delicate with it. And I actually don't need to be that delicate with it, but I do want to get it done because, this is a live stream. If this was just a YouTube video, I would do a fast cut of this, speed up the footage until we finish, and I go, see, easy. But since it is not that, and we are literally live, it is frustrating. But not frustrating enough that I'm going to move on to another part, like we did with the Astray, where I had to skip working on the chest because I couldn't get it to work right. Sengoku Astray. Eventually did get that working just fine. But yeah. What is happening is I'm putting pressure on this to push in, and it's just bending instead of going through. So I've been kind of snipping it here and there, thinking that that might help. But that has not been helping. I'm also going to see if I can widen the hole a little bit by shoving my tweezer in there. That might actually That might do it. I just widened the hole a little bit. Just to even ever so much, because it could have just been not a good cut. But yeah, this is the stuff that like makes you want to take a break. Like, you know, obviously I'm not taking a break because this is a live stream and this is what we do on the live stream. But never be afraid when you're doing any sort of building, model kit stuff, you know, working on a puzzle, whatever. You know, they always say that when you're stuck in a puzzle game, you quit because when you come back, you'll solve it immediately. So I do recommend that people just take the time to go and smell the roses now and again. That it will make for a better experience for you. All right, so let me try doing that from this side here. Just trying to open up the hole a little bit, see if that helps it do what it needs to do. But yeah, this is, it's not infuriating, but it is frustrating. There we go. Got it. Okay. Now it just goes through there. We have to just put it through this one hole here, and then clip it, and then fold it in on itself. Do that on there. We did that on the other side. So the Astray red frame has like one screw in it, and I'm not looking forward to that because it's been a while. There's one screw on this kit, but it'll be easy to do because it's just, you'll see it on the Liger that we're doing next, but you'll see what I mean when I say there's one screw and how it's not hard. All right, so we'll cut that off there, and then we take this here. We're not done with wire, but we're close to being done with wire at least. Oh, dude wants a... What I got here? Sorry. Matt Pasquale just gifted one tier 1 sub to Dude Wants His Rug. Thank you so much. 1, Matt, hello. And 2, thank you for the gift of a sub. We are back to 68 subs. We're 1 away from the nice number. Of course, you know, one of those subs is a tier 3 sub, so that, you know, we are doing better than we have, you know, been doing before. Okay, so the wiring is done on that part there. That was, as I said, the most annoying part we have had on stream. We can now connect those there. We're just gonna take this off here. Yep, throwing that Bear Cave emote out there, letting the people know that we support them and we thank them for their service. I'll throw my Bear Cave emotes in here. Got the Bear Cave emote and the Bear Lego emote. Thank you, everybody. Okay, great. So we now have to do this here. This goes here. And this goes like this. And then that goes like this to the arm here. Yeah, so we're just extending the arm really long. You can see that there. We're now just adding this part here, and it just extends the length of the arm out. And then we do the other side to that. Yep, and it just extends it out. And then we're almost done, because now we just have to do the actual claw parts. I just won HQ Words, 9 cents. Congratulations, Harold. And then Harold cheers me for 9. That's so nice. Thank you, Harold. Congrats on your HQ Words win. All right, so actually might need these tweezers, so I'm going to save them here. Okay. So they want us to cut some wire. We're not going to cut any wire. We're going to cut it when we're done. We're not going to worry about it now. Okay, so we need A2 or A4 and A3 on both sides. You should get a lawyer to help you invest and manage that payout. Yes, the payoff. But yeah, that's That's great, Harold. Congratulations. I know it's not, you can't retire on that, but it is a victory. All right, so that's the end of that sheet. And the end here. And then there. And then we got some pieces here that I don't know what they do. These E pieces here. Take a look at those later. All right, so this is the last thing we're going to build for this kit. And that's this part here. And so we just take this part and then goes like this. All right. Joking aside, the winning is always cool. Yes, you're right. Winning is always cool. So just make this the same size for both of them so that it works. I'm just going to guesstimate how long I think I want this to be, knowing that I can always make it even longer. I think that's cool. And then like this is about how long I want it to be. Then a little extra. And the smaller size here. Great. This is going to be the length of our extra thing for our 3 here. That goes like this. All right. And that goes in. Just making sure. Yeah, that goes like that. Okay. I'm kind of just guesstimating on this about how long it should be, or how long I want it to be, really. I think it'll be fine. Like that. To, let's say, about here. And as I said, this part of this kit you could just do whenever. It's not required. The kit looks great without it, but it is kind of a neat thing, so I'm in favor of doing it. But also, like, this is kind of annoying. And when I say kind of annoying, I mean it's actually incredibly annoying. So feel free to don't do this part if you end up with this kit. But I at least want to do it on one to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to do it on one of them. This is called the all range system. Yes, the all range system. That is the name of it. Thank you, Mr. Bob, for reminding me what it's called. But yeah, the idea is that it just like can kind of do some crazy stuff with these claws, all over the place with them. Pretty fun. They're like not independent, but you can do a lot with them. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we just do a clip, and then grab with the tweezers. Great. Then wait. Oh. So this comes out. And that replaces it with that. And then they just kind of live like that. And then you can build little stands so they look cool. But I'm not going to worry about building the little stand so it looks cool. That's the one thing we're not going to do on the stream is build a little stand. I don't know what that means. Oh. Basically it's like most systems, most like enhancement mental systems in a Gundam series, it's like a thing that links the mind of the person so that they can do things you normally wouldn't be able to do piloting a mech. And in this case, it means that it moves these pieces all over the place and lets them go wild with it. We're going to do the other one just because I think that it's fun to do. But if in your building you skip this step, I think that's totally reasonable. And maybe you should. Because maybe it's not that fun to do. And maybe it doesn't look as cool. It looks cool, but it might not be worth it. Never build stands on streams. Yeah. I occasionally build the stands for like, the blast effect looking thing on Dragon Ball figures. But other than that, rarely do that. Right, let's just bend this. Okay. About where I want it. Make sure this is how it should go, which is like this. Then I kind of figure out the size of it. It's not going to be exactly the right size, but it'll be close. I think that's good. Won't be perfect, but it'll do the job. Okay. All right. My Patreon $10 supporters are going to get a poll tomorrow about what I should build after the Liger, because I don't know how long the Liger is going to take. I don't think it's going to take too long. I mean, the pieces are in bags. We don't even have to cut them out, so I don't expect it to take forever to do. And I just got a kit. I'm going to put it'll be out for everybody else. Ultron 100 bought a kit for my wish list, so everybody will be able to watch that video tomorrow of it. So it's either going to be that kit or the Astra Ray the Astra Red, which Alex Navarro bought. We built the Sengoku Astra not too long ago, so I wouldn't mind taking a moment to not build that there. But if that's what my Patreon supporters want to see next, that's what we'll get. Because I let them have a say in what I built. We'll, of course, get to the other one after that, but it's nice to be able to vote on what we're doing. And the kit that Ultron 100 bought is the Gundam Nautica, which is the Ultron Gundam Endless Waltz version. So it is. So the way things go is Wei's Gundam, which is the Astra Gundam, was rebuilt, or the Shenlong Gundam was rebuilt as the Astra, and this is the Endless Waltz version. So it's still the Astra, but it has a different name. And it's because Shenlong is the Dragon Gundam, and Ultron is the name of the two-headed dragon because it has two heads, or two dragon claw talons. And then this is the Endless Waltz version. It's a high grade, which we normally don't build, but the master grade for that is not something I can just get. So my goal is to build an Endless Waltz version, or sorry, a Gundam Wing version of every kit available for Gundam Wing. Of all the main Gundams and all the Tall Geese and Epion. So that's the goal, and we're going to accomplish that goal. All right, so that's it. Here are our wacky, bendy arm things, which is just silly and weird in a way that I like. And that is the Astray Gundam. We have completed it. It is not Astray Gundam. What am I saying? This is the Hama Hama. Sorry, I'm very tired. I don't know if you noticed, but I am a tired friend. But yeah, here's the Hama Hama with me holding it up because otherwise it will not stay up. But yeah, this was a fun kit to build. I think it looks awesome. It's so big for a 1/100 scale kit, and it was a fun, fairly easy assembly. It's just the wire kind of gave me pause, but I think the wires look rad. I can drink all the way across the room. Yes, Wendy Bendy Arms Things, the official name. Yes. It looks like an infant learning to walk. It's just very top heavy. It's got all these rockets on it. It's got so many rockets. All right, so that's going to go away. I have to take a photo of that after the stream is done, so I'll do that once the stream has been completed. I'll upload that. All right, these I don't think we're going to need, but I'm going to save them just in case. I'm going to take a drink of water here. It looks great. It does look great. Space Cadet, you're not wrong. It does look great. I drank a lot of water there. I needed it. So here's the Wild Liger from Zoids Wild. We'll pop over here. I'm just going to remove that. Go away. Great. So here's the Wild Liger. So that kit we're building. I've got a battery for it. I'll put that aside for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my break here. The pause for the cause, because that way we can focus the next hour on just doing this. 1 second. All right, great. Hi. So, should I know the name Zoids? Are they a new thing? Epic Open World, they are not. Zoids is a anime series. There have been, as far as I know, at least 3 of them. Maybe 4. Zoids Wild is the newest one. It came out in 2017, 2018. It's a kid show. At least the Zoids Wild is. There have been incarnations of it. They're a series, and so there have been model kits for them as well. It's fine if you don't know them. They've never taken the world by storm since like the 80s. Yeah. But they've, not super popular here in the U.S. They've been on television. They've been dubbed and subbed. And the Liger is kind of the main one throughout all the series, I would say. Always kind of that, even though it's a different series. This is the first one in this line, 2018. Yeah, so Harold says Cartoon Network had one of them. Their Toonami lineup of college. Yes, the Zoids series. And then there was a series that was like set in like the distant like medieval past that was interesting. There's ones that have been about racing. There's ones that have been about like mock battles, teams, some sort of like Olympic style competition, like international. And then this one I think is like another like mystical one. The Zoids Wild. It's kind of like machines and magic. I'm not really familiar with this particular version, the Wild one. But the Liger is still the Liger, and it's still a cool looking kit. We're gonna build that starting soon. But right now, I'm just gonna say, hey, if you're just following along because you follow my Twitter, or you see the retweets, consider giving me a follow here on Twitch and setting your notifications so you know when I stream. It super helps me. You can use your Twitch coin to subscribe. And if you have been doing in the past, make sure you renew it because you have to renew it yourself. It doesn't auto-renew. If you're spending $5 out of like a checking account or credit card or PayPal, that will auto-renew, but it won't otherwise. So if you'd like to support me here on the stream, let me build in more model kits and continue to do other cool stuff, consider becoming a subscriber. I like it when the numbers go up. I say that a bunch, but it's true. I genuinely just like to see an increase in people supporting the channel. It means a lot. And Another way to support me is on Patreon. I've got some pretty cool rewards on Patreon. You should take a look at them. Everything from $1 to $10. There's a $6 level. No one has used it yet, but I have the Ghost level. At the Ghost level, you just give me $6 a month so I can keep doing stuff, and you never get an email from me. So you don't have to change your notifications. I literally don't send the $6 level anything. It's called the Ghost level because like somebody said they wanted it, and then they didn't change it. So I don't know. But I put that in just because I thought that'd be funny. Um, but Patreon is a huge way to help me. Anything that comes from Twitch or Patreon or my Ko-Fi goes into me buying model kits. But you could buy model kits. That's right. You could buy a model kit off my wish list. I'm just putting it in right there. I'm going to go and look at it right now. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got papercraft stuff in there. I've got this some cool Reborn 100 kits. I've got a pre-order from the Dynamies, the Gundam 00 that looks rad. Starscream. I could build a transformer. It doesn't transform, but I can build a robot mode. Some Overwatch Lego that looks rad. I'm keeping my eyes on those. Look, you could buy it. I'm going to tell you right now. My next paycheck, I'm probably going to go and buy the Diva and Reinhardt combo set. It's a 455-piece set. I'm probably just going to buy that because it looks awesome. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff from Dragon Ball stuff. Lots of different kits for available that I would love to build on stream, and you could make that happen if you wanted to, but you don't have to. This kit looks hot. Yeah, there's a bunch of kits that look really rad on my wish list, and also this Liger is very cool. And then I also have my coffee. You could just buy me a cup of coffee on coffee. That's a thing you could do. And that's just like a tip jar, and that money goes into, I keep track of that money. And then when it looks like it's a good amount, I use that towards buying kits. So some lovely folks at the end of January sent me some money. I haven't used that yet. I'm going to use that soon. And I'm probably going to buy that Diva Reinhardt Lego set because it just looks cool and I like to buy it. But yeah, you should see about your own subscription. Consider supporting me in various ways. Also, I've got the Build with Baer community. That's my Discord. Join my Discord. It's nice. People plug stuff they're working on. People post things that they're making. Or you could be like Canadian Papa Bear and sub at the tier 3 level, and then I get a bunch of money and points. It's great. I get a bunch of sub points, which means that I get payouts faster. It's rad. Thank you very much, Papa Bear. None of the DBC kits have a Vegeta I like, aka the one you built on the E-Stream. So Asmo, do I not have that Vegeta with the? Let me look. So I've built the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. I've built that before, and I thought that I had the pod in there. I do. So the Vegeta we built is now way too expensive. Please don't buy it. It's right now $63 for the Vegeta in a pod, in the space pod. The space pod is cool looking, and I would love to build that on this stream. But right now it's way too expensive, and it's not prime shipping, so don't buy that. But that is there. That is the Vegeta that we built with... Oh, Asmo's making a very fun joke. Asmo is making the joke that was the one we made out of toothpicks and nuggets because we couldn't actually build the Vegeta because we were missing a sheet. I get jokes. I don't get jokes. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I don't get jokes. Oh, and then one more thing. On Monday, I'll have episode 2 of Viva Mod Vegas, which is my Let's Play series. I'm doing a Let's Play... I do a series called Let Pat Play. Usually I look at different things. This one I'm doing a series. Every Monday in February I'm putting a new episode up of Let Pat Play Viva Mod Vegas, where I do some cheats and mods in Fallout New Vegas. Asmo, you're fine. Episode 2 should be pretty fun. So it's kind of, I run the back and forth between showing off a couple mods, like usually 2 or 3 mods per episode. They're like 20-minute episodes. And then I also show you what it's like to play that game with cheats turned on and way overpowered. All right, so we've got the Wild Liger. Now, it isn't color, and that is cool. But it's also in bags, which I don't like. I don't like building out of bags. I think this is weird, and I'm not into it. But that's what we got right now. So we got bags and bags, and we've got some water stickers here. It looks like. Oh, no, those may be regular stickers. I don't know. And we have our pilot in here and some other stuff. So we'll get to that later. But yeah, they're in bags, and that's weird. Bag A, Bag B, and Bag S. And you can see all the parts that are here. So this is not a complicated build. I don't think it's going to take an hour. I think we'll have to continue it on Monday. But I don't think it's going to take long into Monday. And then when I said that I had... There's a trigger thing here. This is an extra thing that they just packed separately. It did have some inside cardboard that I took apart because I didn't need it. And then I can fit the Liger in the box without the cardboard. So we do need one screwdriver because we do have one screw. Also, I don't say it, and it needs to be part of my thing. Cheers and bits are always appreciated. We have the leaderboard. You could jump to the leaderboard right now with 500 bits. Robot Crank is in the lead. Harold's up there with 110, and Brown Lantern has 100. Okay, so yeah, so we just took that off, and we're going to put a AAA battery in here. I happen to have a AAA battery. And, let's see, that goes like this. And so the screw was on this side, which means that this is like this. Great. Oh, it's on. So we'll turn it off. And then we will just put the peg back on, screw it back in. Asmo asks, curious, how is building models from bags different from Lego? Or do you also not like building Lego from bags and have just made peace with it? So, knolling is a thing that you've got to do with Lego, and I like that. I like building from trees because it's organized, because also with Lego, we almost always are done pretty quickly, whereas in this case, here's the thing. It's going to say, like, A2, right? Well, I got to look in here and find A2. A2, I should be looking at the number A2. Instead, I'm looking at what pieces look like in these 3 bags. And then maybe I'm going to go to the reference, because the reference here is going to tell me what A1 and A2 look like. It's just, I'd rather have the sheet and cut them out. This is not how I like to build. It's not bad, it's just not what I want to do. It's just, like, now I just have these, and then also A had all these things in it, and then it also just had this piece. It's like, what is this piece for? I know that this piece attaches here to this, but it's just hanging out. Why is it just hanging out? A5 is just a random piece, not in a smaller bag. So I don't love this. With Lego, you knoll and you're doing whatever. I guess what I could do is, like, put the pieces kind of near where they go on this. I guess I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to have to be turning these pages here and constantly looking at this reference, which I'm not thrilled about. I'm going to make an executive decision, actually. Starting to understand the price, pre-cut pieces. Yes. Yeah, the pieces are all pre-cut, which is interesting. But yeah, it is a bit more convoluted, in my opinion. Let's see. What's sharp? Is this sharp enough to do what I want to do here? I don't have my X-Acto knife, but I don't really need it. No, it's not sharp enough for what I want to do here. What I was saying, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these 2 pages off the instruction book, because that way I don't have to open like this the entire time. And I'm just going to cut this page out. And I'll just literally snip it and then just pull up that. Yeah. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but it is an idea, and I am sometimes about ideas that make my life a little easier. And I think this is going to be a lot easier. So now I have this over here as a reference if I need it for a reference with my bags. And then I have my instruction manual, and it is less bulky and annoying for me to use. I'll just put that over there. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things the thing about this kit is that there's going to be a function that will turn it on and off, and the head will move and the legs will move. You can't really see it oh, you can see the movement there. There's the movement. So that's happening. That'll happen. Which is kind of neat. And then we're going to start assembly. So I have my A bags. I know it's not this. Legs here. I have to find out what A1 looks like. It's like looks like a switch. Yep, found A1. This is a good idea. Yeah, I'm excited to build this Liger. I think it's going to be a cool kit. So I'm just going to open up everything out of A. Fuck it. I'm just going to open up everything. And then I will use this as a reference to see what it looks like big, and another angle of what it looks like when I need to find the piece that I'm looking for. And then if I ever do one of these again from later in the line, hello Santini, welcome. If I ever do this again for something later in the line, what I could do is I could find this page here online, print it, and then blow it up. Or blow it up before I print it so it could be even bigger, which might make things easier for me to find the pieces that I need. So that's this piece here. So this is all A. I'm just going to keep A together. And then these are all A pieces here. So this is all A over here. That's this. This goes on. So this goes and sticks on the power switch so that something else will turn this on and off by hitting that. We don't know what, but that'll be in there. And then I need S, so I got to open up S. I am keeping a bag just to put extra pieces in, or, you know, if we don't finish this in the next hour, which, you know, I don't know per se we will. Yeah, I'm just going to cut that. That. And then here. So yeah, like I said, I watched a lot of Zoids as a teen and enjoyed it. Haven't kept up with the series, but did enjoy my time with it. So let's see here. All right. But yeah, the Liger is pretty cool as far as kits go. Pretty excited to build it. All right, so it goes like that. And then we need A2 and A3, which are biggest pieces here, so they're pretty easy to find there. And then holes go in the front like this. And tie up. A2 and A3. Great. Yeah. Speaking of anime, I guess we can have some anime talk. A week from tonight will not be a build stream. Next Friday will be a build stream from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. But next Saturday, which is the 16th, I will start streaming at about 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, because at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the Anime Awards start, Crunchyroll's Anime Awards. So I will start before that, and then I'm going to co-stream. I guess I'll be on a list that's going to go out next week as like official or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that I said I filled out a Google Doc that said I wanted to be a part of it, and they were like, "Sure, you get to do that." So I am going to be co-streaming that and talking over the anime awards. Who will get best Goku? Yeah, we'll probably give our own awards. I mean, I'm just going to give all the awards to Laid Back Camp, right? Uh, Epic Open World says, serious question: are the anime awards more legitimate than the video game awards? So it's a tough question because it's not like just it's not it's. I'll say this: it is a show to celebrate anime, not to sell you that came out in 2018 or with the calendar year 2018 or whatever from the previous year. It is not an award show to show you clips of new anime that's coming out, right? So that is a big difference. Crunchyroll puts it on, and sometimes there are things that are nominated that are not on Crunchyroll, that are either on Funimation or on Amazon or like there are some things that they don't have the license to that are still nominated, which is interesting. That's an interesting distinction to make. I don't know for sure if it's, so I do think that they are more legit because there are also categories where the audience votes on, but also they are telling you about great anime that you can get by watching Crunchyroll and subscribing to Crunchyroll. So like, you can't imagine that every award is going to go to an Amazon Prime show, I don't know. So it's complicated and weird. And, added to that, I should say, when I talk about anime, be aware that I have a free Verve account that was gifted to me by an employee of Verve because he knows that I watch a lot of anime. And so that was a thing that made sense for him to do. So that is a thing to take consideration, like I don't pay for my account. So when I'm talking about things there, you should know that that's not on the up and up 100%. Wait, where did that? Okay, so. Oh, one of the things that's kind of fun is there's no way you can read it, but there is there's indication right here of an on and off switch. It does say on and off on the side, so that's kind of cool. VGA shade, yeah. I mean, I appreciate that Epic Open World. I mean, that's what I try to do. Like that's why I try to tell people that I, have a free account. I'm not, I'll sometimes talk about things that are complicated, like. I'm still watching the Rising of the Shield Hero. I don't think you should. I think I make that clear when I talk about that show that I am not recommending it to people, but I am, almost in a train wreck sense, interested in seeing what happens to it. I kind of want to see where it goes, but I don't think it's good. So I try to talk about that stuff when things are complicated. A6, A7. S3. Award shows with less Doritos and Mountain Dew ads are good to me, says Ultron. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm not saying that it's going to be an incredible must-see event, but I do think it's interesting and fun, and the hope is that by doing this co-stream, some people who don't know about how cool this channel is and the fun stuff we do here might come check us out. So I'm definitely hopeful that's true. So yeah, so next Friday at 9 p.m. I will do my build stream instead of on Saturday. So you still get your hours of build streaming. And then on Saturday next week, a week from tonight, I will be doing a co-stream of the Anime Awards. And I'm going to start at like 8:45 so that we can get our predictions in and kind of get people hanging out and chatting. And then who knows if they'll start on time or not, but we'll be ready for them, even if they're not ready for us. All right, so this so far, I don't know where this goes. Putting this piece on here, and this piece goes here. I think it goes over that. Yeah. All right. Yes. All right. Rib pieces here. I kind of know what this is gonna look like, but it's still like weird until you get farther in, you know. And there's not a lot of English in this, which is fine. Doesn't need it, but I'm like just kind of like okay, okay. Uh, Looking at the award categories, I somehow expect there to be more. Yeah, Epic World. I think there's like, I think those are the ones that vote on. There might be categories where they don't have audience vote. I can't parse that 100%, but there might be a few categories that just don't have. They're not looking for audience to kind of jump in on. It has gotten better. Oh, for the VGA, yes. I agree with you. I just think that the way that they can sell that show is a way to that it's this is a thing, and it's award shows. It's not just this show. It's not just uh, it's all award shows, but VGAs work because people want, like, because companies want to have trailers, and people are now tuning in for trailers, and so the Video Game Awards is kind of like its own E3. And yes, there's some fucking cool ass shit that happens, and I'm super into when the cool ass shit happens, but it also feels like it is often just an advertisement for upcoming new games and a way to like put trailers out, and I'm less interested in cool trailers than I am in other things. So I don't know. Okay, so this has got this piece here. That connects to that. That connects to that. That goes over this. This piece here. Oh, I got it wrong. This piece here goes to this. What's that piece? Oh, there is no. Okay, I gotta go back because I must have done something wrong here. All right, I'll figure this out. Sorry, folks, this is a little confusing. I would not watch the VGAs without the trailers. I don't even care about the Oscars anymore. I understand that. And then Mr. Kung Fu Grip says, God, I remember the Zoids anime from the early 2000s. My brother loved those things and a bunch of larger kits. Yes, large kits. I had some kits for Zoids. I really did enjoy it at the time. I thought it was like a very fun show. So I'm looking forward to assembling this kit, although I am clearly confused about where this goes. Because it goes like I will say, this is not my favorite instruction manual. It goes like this. Well, it doesn't go there. Like that. Alright, I think that's it. The thing is that there's a lot of movement to this kit, but like until it's put together, you don't really see the movement, so it just looks weird. I think. No, and that's not right. Oh, I turned it on. I keep turning it on. I maybe shouldn't have put the battery in, but whatever. We'll figure it out. The kits are cool because it's like part of the mechanical stuff with the batteries and joints. Yeah, this is a whole different world of oddly shaped pieces, says Ultron. Yeah. Yeah, this is a very different looking kit. When I saw it on Amazon, I was like, oh, I definitely want to build this. And I'm still excited that we're building this, but I will admit, this is not a fun instruction manual. I think a lot of this right now is very much like trial and error, and I am not typically about trial and error. All right, so that goes like that. Yeah, okay, that goes like that. You can see, yeah, there's a lot of movement to this kit, which is cool and weird. Do that. Yeah, there's some movement. It's interesting. Mr. Kung Fu Grip is now following. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Kung Fu Grip. I really like the colors. I'm a big fan of blue and white color schemes. Oh, Epic World. That's not the best part of the Liger, but it's a very cool part of the Liger. Is its color scheme. I think it is a rad color scheme. Okay, so got up to this. Yeah, I think it looks really nice and cool. There's a pterodactyl from the original show that I remember really liking the color scheme on as well, and just the overall vibe of it. There's a big turtle that was like, it's like the turtle had a big cannon on it. Like, there were types in the original show, or at least the original that I had watched. I don't know if that was the actual original, but there were different types in, for battles, and a lot of people used like dinosaur types, and the Liger was supposed to be pretty weak, but this Liger turned out to be weird. There was one Liger that turned out to be fucking awesome, and it just so happened to be that a guy who was a great pilot that no one believed in was the one to pilot it and to tame it. And in this show, I assume that's the same thing. That some young kid ended up with a very cool making it work, and ended up with being the only one that can tame the wild Liger. And now he's super powerful because of that. And they're a great team. That's what I assume. There was a giant bull with cannons, and the Liger had a bunch of armor and stuff. Yes. And then like there were different versions of the Liger, and it got like more and more powerful. Yes. Good night, everyone. All right. Bye, Harold. Thanks for dropping in. Check the Wikipedia of the Zoids just now, and it seems to stretch back to 1982. Yeah, Ultron, I assume the Zoids show that I watched was not the first Zoids show that I watched back in the day. And I think that's probably accurate, that wasn't the first one. But that's cool. All right, so this goes in here, working on the head here, and then I do like how this snaps together. It is interesting that they're not in trees, that they're done, and then we're just snapping them in place. That is interesting. It's making for an odd assembly, because as I said, it isn't color, but the colors kind of blend together on a lot of this. All right, so we got the kind of skull going on here. And then, all right, this is pretty snappy as it means coming together, so that's pretty good. So 16, 23. Let's see if there's any difference between these. There doesn't appear to be any difference between these two, the front and back ones. Oh, no, there is a difference. There's a slight difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference, but there is a slight difference between this. There's basically like one of these just extends a little bit more and has an indent, and I have to see which one that is. That's 21 has the indent, so 21 is the back one, and 16 has the indent, so that's the back one. Okay, so there is a slight difference here. We got that though. And then those get attached to the legs here. 17. And we'll see if there's between 17 and 19. There is. 19 has extra hydraulics. So that goes to this one. This is this one. This is this one. And obviously, this would be a lot of pieces. If this was a gun plug kit, you know, be a lot more to building than what we're doing here. My ears are so unfamiliar with hearing the word Liger without thunder before it. Indeed, Asmo. This is not your daddy's Zhuzhen Thunder Liger. This is far different of a kit. So this is 16 here and 17. So that's going to go on here. I need these. I'm going to just take these over because I need a bunch of these connector pieces here. Okay, originally called Mecho Bionica and then renamed Zoids in the US and the EU, I should say. The EU. This is coming from Ultron. They took the Zoids name back to Japan and it became way more popular after the rebranding. So that makes sense, like that they would be like, oh, well, we called it that, and people were like, yeah, Zoids. Hell yeah, Zoids. Liger Zero was the one that was able to switch between different armor sets. Yes, thank you, One Winged 084. That was I was accurate in remembering that, and I appreciate you letting me know that was. Oh, nope, stop doing the thing. That was the Liger Zero was the one that could switch between different forms of different armors and do the whole thing. Stop turning on. So we got to put this leg here. We'll do 18 and 19 as well. This is got to go like this. That is interesting. I like that. Yeah, this is a very different kit from what we've been, we're used to building. So I was looking forward to kind of playing around with it. I am running into issues here, so I might have the wrong. No, I do have the wrong one. Okay, so this isn't the right leg here, which would explain why I've got it wrong. This was 18. This is what I want. Is this one? Okay. Which makes sense. Okay, I had the back leg on instead of the front leg. There we go. Yes, that's what I need. And the 21 goes with that one. Great. Okay, yeah, that wasn't going on, and I didn't know why, and now I know why, because I just had it wrong. I remember there being a Zoid series, I think, after Liger Zero, that was a real dinosaur. It's called Zeke, and confused with the Zoids, doing some normal anime stuff with the plot in later seasons. Yeah, I remember there being one that was like, there was like a kid who was like a savant, and who could like communicate with Zoids, and it was like, people were very surprised when he was suddenly good with talking to Zoids. And that being like a big thing. I remember that being like, and it was very different from the like modern version of it, which was the one that we'd had in the U.S. here, at least in the U.S. here on Cartoon Network. And there was another one that was like set in the past and had like magic and a young pilot and some kind of girl that like, I don't know, a bunch of girls, friends and stuff. All right, so we put that on. Organoid. Yeah, I think it was like because the robots had like souls. So if you could so they could be fused with, or they would communicate It's like the heart of the cards, only it's the heart of the dino. I don't know. It's anime. The fuck do you want from me? I just remember that the first one was cool, and then this one I haven't been watching, but so I don't know if it's cool or not. I can't tell you if this one is cool, but all right. Got some, just a couple more of these pegs to put on here. We're just putting these legs on like that. And then this goes into here. It was a tiny T-Rex that fused into Zoid and gave them a stat boost. Okay. Yeah, that makes, look, it doesn't make sense, but I understand what you're saying. Okay, here we go. And then here's another. And then eventually it's going to have armor, and you push in a thing to run it, but it's alive. I mean, this is the first thing we've ever built in the stream that moves around. So that's pretty fucking cool. I think that's pretty neat. It's anime. What the fuck do you want from me? Yeah, I know, right? It's walking the catwalk. Yeah, it's strutting its stuff. The only thing, honestly, I wish that there was a way for the tail to swing back and forth. I don't love that the tail is stationary. I think the tail needs to be moving because the butt is moving. That's it. If the butt's moving, it should move too. I think that's my honest, actual, real major gripe so far with this kit is that, which is a very silly thing to be annoyed with, but I am. Like, come on. Like, you can't. You gotta be able to move around. Thing. All right, so we're opening up bag B. Get all the bag B stuff out here. Here's bag B. Yeah. Couple bags in bag B. We got a blue bag, we got a white bag. I'm just going to open them up right now. Push them out over here. There's all the armor, right? Pretty self-explanatory. Pretty straightforward. And toss that away. Great. And bag S is over there. And we're just going to put some armor pieces on. So we can do armor 17, which I believe is this. Oops. Dropped one piece. Yeah, so we'll just be putting all the armor on and getting that part set up there. So we'll put that aside. Find out what B2 is supposed to look like. B2 is this piece here. And then this is like part of the cockpit. How does that look? Okay, so that goes in there. Kitty needs his armor. Does it say how many pieces there are in the kit? It doesn't. It might in Japanese. Oh, so it says that the first stage we just did was bone mode, and then we're going to add armor mode. So this is bone mode, which may be referenced in it. But yeah, it doesn't say the number on here, or if it does, it doesn't say it in a way that I can read. But this is the amount of pieces on it. This is how many pieces. It's not a lot. It's a different kind of thing that we're working with here. So we got B. So yeah, so this is going to go on here, and then by pressing this in or out, we turn it on and off. So that does that. And that goes there. And then we're adding B4 and B3. So we're adding some But yeah, this is all the pieces we have. Any pieces we're building are right around here, and then a few pieces in here. This looks like it does have a few extras, which is great. Um, but it's, yeah. So B4 is this one, and this is B4, and this is B3. Try not to giggle at bone mode. Indeed. Bone mode is it is pretty laughable. You're not wrong. All right, so this goes on the shoulder. Oops. Where does this go on the foot? I don't know where this goes. Try to look at. Yeah, okay, so that goes on. Sorry, folks. This isn't the most cleanly understood kit that I've ever built. Okay, so it does go on the neck here. Below that. I don't know. Oh, okay. There he goes. I see it now. Okay, I figured it out. This is not the easiest part of piece of armor to get on, but should be able to do it. This piece goes on like that. Like that. Yeah, that's annoying. Wow. Whoop. Sorry, I got quiet there. Oh, so we were talking about anime, talking about Anime Awards. Also talk about Endro. Endro is still fucking good. Endro is cute and fun and nice. Endro. I recommend it. It's still a very cute slice of life action series. I think the characterization's really fun. I love the idea of a wizard who or mage who focuses on using cards to summon magic and is obsessed with those cards and like rare cards and like taking the whole like collector idea and running with it. Like she's like, "Oh, we're going to a port? That rules." And they were like, "We will not have time for you to buy cards at this port." And she's like, shit. Okay, well, let's go anyway." Um, there's a lot of small touches. The idea that one of them wants to be the true hero, but you can't really specialize in being a hero if there's not a demon lord to fight. So they're like, so you're undecided then. She's like, "No, well, I want to be a demon lord. Or I want to fight a demon lord, not be a demon lord." I don't know. It's like adventuring school and like fun characters. Uh, I'm definitely over the like strong fighter who loves to eat thing. I mean, it's fun to have it as a one of the smaller characters in the show. That's kind of fun. But overall, I was like, meh, kind of over that gimmick. All right, we're putting side armor on here. So P5 is a smaller piece, and then B6 is a larger one. But yeah, overall, Endro is really fun, and I recommend it if you're looking for a new show. Episodes come out on Saturday, and I think it's well worth your time. All right, these are identical. Great. And then goes like that, and that goes like that. What we got going on here? Mr. Kung Fu Grip just subscribed. Thank you so much, Mr. Kung Fu Grip. Really appreciate it. That's a tier 1 subscription. Thank you for that. Let's all throw the Bear Cave emote in the chat and say thank you. Ultron is already ahead of me. Throw the Bear Cave emote in there. I'll throw the Lego one as well. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Let's see. Why all of these seem to be wrong? That's wrong. That's right. Okay, great. Found it. All right, so we're just putting the armor on here. It's very, very obvious where it goes. It's just leg armor here. But yeah, thank you very much for the subscription. Always appreciate it. Okay, we're back to 68 subscribers because some gifts expired. Lashbrook throwing up the Bear Cave emote. Thank you, Lashbrook. All right, so we did that side. Now we're doing the other side. Just same thing, different side. Just as easy. This is coming together really easy. I mean, it is obviously a model kit, but there was a part that I didn't quite get, and I'm sure that this won't be the last. There will be another part I don't get either, because that's how these things work. But right now, it's coming together pretty good. And it all like makes sense, but it's just kind of the coloring of the instruction book is not exactly what I would like. All right. Okay. Just kind of moves around, does its thing. Look at that. Great. All right. And now we're gonna build the face armor. Got to put on that. Got to put on its battle face. So this is 13, right? This is 14. And then this goes on here. Okay, that snaps in place. And then this. The other one. All right. Let's see if there's any other anime I want to talk about. Magical Girl Spec-Ops Asuka. I don't know. It's fine. I think it's doing more interesting things with the subject matter than other shows have done. I don't necessarily think it's doing anything particularly great or well. I'm going to keep with it, but I don't know. I don't know if I recommend it or not. Like I said, the idea of a magical girl show, like the idea that we're picking up where the other magical girl show left off that doesn't exist, where it was young girls like fighting demons and saving the day, and now they're kind of grown up and living with the realities of the world. It's kind of used by their governments. It's kind of interesting. Because there's also this there's like a magical friend who's annoying, who like takes breaks to describe what's going on, but is talking to the audience as if they're children, as if this was a children's show. So that's like actually kind of interesting. They're getting to the point now where they're doing some stuff that's kind of cool in that, and kind of subversive, but for the most part, it's just like, it does feel like another one of those. Yeah, Ultron. I mean, it is, for the most part, it does feel like that, like gritty for gritty's sake. Like, I'm definitely not interested in that kind of like show that's taking the look at like, oh well, what about magical girls? You have a bunch of young girls take on this magic. That's actually fucked up. Let's explore that. Like, I know I'm putting on a voice to do that, but that's kind of what I feel like the conversations are about that. So it is kind of interesting to have a show that is like, yeah, no, they went through trauma. They fought hard. And I'm sure that they had losses, and You know, love didn't save the day, and then they saved the world. Now what? It's kind of interesting. Pyrodillis version 2 just subscribed. Thank you so much. Subscribing with Twitch Prime. Happy to have you here. Thank you for that. And now we're back to air horns. Burr, 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 burr. Back to 69 subscribers. Nice. We now have 69 subscribers. That's the nice number. It's the number people like to see. Very cool. All right, so now we're just putting on a head here. Putting on the armor over the bone mode. The nice number. Yes, indeed. Throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Hell yeah. And I also threw in the Lego emote, just for me, and Canadian Papa Bear and Iron Souls to use. Although Iron Souls does not watch the stream live. You generally cannot. All right, we are honestly almost done with this kit. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I thought it would take longer than what we've done. But yeah, we're getting really close to being done with this kit, which is fine. So we need B7, B18, B19, this, that, and that. Then we got blades on, which are almost identical. One is just longer. And we can see the second gimmick of this kit. This kit has two gimmicks. One, it walks. Two, a blade thing happens. So we can look at that shortly. 69, yep. We are indeed at 69 subscribers. And it's nice. Yeah, we've been up to like 70-something, but that's generally related to gifts, which, you know, not everyone's going to renew their gift, which I understand, and just subscribe on their own. I get that. No hard feelings about that. All right, so this goes like this. Okay, that goes like that. This goes like that. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to look at the other gimmick with this, which is goes like that. Okay. So pull these back, and normally it just kind of does whatever. Oops. I don't know how this gimmick actually works. I just know that it's a gimmick. Turn this off. So then this just goes. How does this gimmick work? What am I doing wrong here? Sorry, folks. Give me a second here. Let me figure this out. So the idea is that it goes on here and then it can snap up like that, although that doesn't pop off like that. But that's supposed to be the gimmick, but I don't know how the tension works for it. Oh, and then we also have our little friend here, our pilot, who just sits in here because this is like an open cockpit, which is a weird idea. But he just hangs out here in the head, and then yeah, I did this. Maybe I did this wrong. I don't know how I did this. Okay, so it goes like that. All right, great. So if you press in, it does that, and then those come forward. That's pretty cool. And then they go up and down as it walks. That's weird and neat. So we just have to push these together. that. Okay. And that's the kit. That's all it is. And there's some stickers here. You can add some water decals. Oh, those are just stickers. Yeah, these are stickers. Oh, they're just stickers. We can add those. I guess we could add those here. We got the time. Could try to add them. Battle mode activated. Really came together after the initial confusion. Yes. Riding up a cockpit seems super dangerous. I agree. Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit. Most of the pain in the ass was just the instructions didn't quite make sense. And there are other ones, and maybe the tortoise one would be kind of fun. There's like an alligator-looking one that might be kind of fun to build. But yeah, there are some stickers to apply, which we could do if we wanted. Just which one right there? Put that on like this. That one there. We might as well do it. We got a little time left today because we're not going to start a new kit until Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. My next stream is Monday at 9 p.m. I'm going to, that'll be the next time we stream here. Where does 3 go? So 3 goes. So I hope you will come check that out Monday, 9 p.m. for the next Build with Baer workshop, where either we'll be doing something from Gundam Wing, as we said, that we just got, or we'll be doing the Astray Red. I'm going to run a poll tomorrow with my Patreon $10 backers and see what they would like to see me build next, and then I will build that for them. These stickers are going on fine, and I kind of don't care where they go, so that's helpful. But yeah, you see some stickers on this thing there. And that's our kit. I'm happy to work on something new that I haven't done before. I think it's pretty cool. It's different, certainly, and it does have a cool ability, which is fun. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap up early. I do have to go and do some stuff tonight, so it's probably for the best that I get a chance to head out and start taking care of business. So thank you very much for joining me and the Build with Baer workshop. As I said, I'll be back on Monday night for a normal stream. Next Thursday is Valentine's Day. We're going to do the Love Phantom, which is a high-grade 1/4 scale, but it's called the Love Phantom. So, of course, we're going to build it. And then Friday, we'll do a third build stream for the week. And then Sunday, we will do, Saturday night, we will do the Anime Awards. My first ever co-stream. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you next time on the Build with Baer workshop. And it's been my pleasure. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.